Who who is joined? Let me check. Faisal, Farhana, Nixon, Russell, Shukla. Okay. Hello guys. Do you hear me? If you hear me, please um, send me a text. You are hearing properly. So, so this talking. Okay. Who else? And oh, yeah, we can hear. Okay, Russell. Thank you for your reply. Hopefully, everyone hearing my voice. Um, in the meantime, if you are difficult to hear my voice, definitely chat me or send me a message that uh, you are not hearing or anything. Asad bhai, did you upload? Hello, Asad bhai. One question is Russell is asking for the video link. I'm not sure. I didn't follow up. All students get the all links on the time or not. Just we need to check it. Anyhow, Russell, I'm not sure Asad bhai is on the line or hearing our voice or not. Definitely, we'll double check with Asad bhai and make sure you have guys the link after the class immediately. Sometimes I also hear some um, complain like sometimes and the videos link is not getting updated on time. Definitely we'll talk and definitely Asad bhai will do better for getting you more quickly or immediately the link. So the thing is actually the ultimate goal is we are focusing on who are attending this class, and then next time if you could have time, like you can go through again, then you can what is like if you go through the same videos, maybe you make yourself more clear. After all, if you are not getting it, we also told you like don't hesitate or don't feel shy to ask the question because this is your learning period. So as much as you learn yourself, you build up your skill, and when you go job, then you feel comfortable. Otherwise, um, it will be difficult for a simple reason. So we'll walk through a lot of small things, but sometimes everything is not um, coming on my mind, or sometimes what I didn't hear from you guys a lot of questions. So seems like everything is you are understand. Even though if you are not understand, if you are not asking any question or not dropping any email, and then we will assume like everything is going with you smoothly, or you understand everything, no complaint. So give us heads up, give us the status whatever you have. What is the status? Is there any difficulties are you facing for any understanding, or you are not getting anything? Just give us heads up, like what is your status or what is your state at the learning point. So actually today I had a plan with work on some database because I did not even take it any practical class. So you guys already took the class from Sangam, and before actually I sorry, any question? Okay, so I think like we need to check with you how much you have knowledge you gather, or do you guys any practice you do yourself after database class? Because database is the key also for testing. Sometimes, if you are good in the database, so only there is a only database tester or backend tester or ETL tester is job is there, and then they are paying very good amount of salaries. So in that case, like we need to know the database as well, because you could so you can say, oh, why we need the database, a lot of people are working without database, it is fine. But in the case is database is the one thing, uh, any companies working with the database, but they have particular people for working on. But sometimes if you work on the small company, maybe you have to perform backend testing as well. Sometimes on the front end, whatever the form you have or whatever the data you entered, and then you need to run the queries to validate it on the backend. Suppose you are submitting something, or you do some transaction, and then maybe you may need to go through the database and then run some queries, and then take some screenshot or take some record as a validation point, or your front end is working perfectly with the back end, like application is working as expected. So that's why as a tester we need to do. So before that, like from the Sangam class, when you do anybody has any question, particularly anything with the database related, overall, I will ask you the questions, but before I start, just do
Can you show the join again? Is it possible?
yes, definitely join. We can do that without joining. Even though relational database is the main core thing is the joining, and then I believe you are aware of the joining. Suppose lot of joining name already you got familiar, but you may not very clear about how it is work. But before starting, do you have any particular question about the joining, or overall joining you are going through, or you want to specify like inner or outer or right, left, anything?
No, can you just like go the overall review for the join?
Okay. So before start, suppose like if you are going for the joining, and then suppose I'm not sure you have the clear picture or not. Let's recap. So if you go to the Google and then write down SQL join, SQL join, and then when you search, suppose when you
I
search,
have
and then
I have one question.
who is this?
Farhana.
Oh, Farhana. Okay, go ahead.
Yes, when you have a chance, could you explain full outer join?
Okay, full outer join, you saying?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, another guy is also a student. He asked me go through the all join, but before that,
Okay.
yes, definitely I will come to you for a full join, especially if you go through the full join. But in the meantime, we need to know left and right join as well. If you make you clear like how it is join working with not only full join, like inner join, outer, left or right, whatever. So let's get started. Suppose like um, start with the graph. Graph will give you more picture. Suppose, okay, this picture over we can take over. Sorry, what is going to here? I don't want it. Okay, let's get start with this. Okay, so here did you see the picture on SQL? So sometimes if you go through the internet, on the top you see lot of picture you will see with the different colors, and then it is actually how it is represent. First we need to walk through how it is defined. So what does mean the color white and black, or red and white with the circle? So suppose think about A is the table and B is the another table. So we know we are working as in the database. We are working on the database is relational database, right? RDBMS. So relational database management system. So that relational database means what is the relation? Relation is one table to another table. So why we are using multiple table? Definitely you already knows because we are avoiding the redundancy. If we are using everything in one table under the one umbrella, and then suppose like if you have one customer have multiple phone number, one customer have multiple address, then how you put it? Definitely you need to put all the customer information or student information, what is the table regarding to, and then a lot of data is going to be again and again, because particular 2 or 3 fields if you need to update, so it's going to be a lot of data redundancy. So that's why they are going through the multiple tables with the make it relational database. So before that, um, you already knows like how to create the table, and then how you can insert the data, and then a lot of data types is there. Definitely I assume you already go through. So let's start. So A and B here, what is going through here? A and B means, so on the left join, on the first picture, it is showing that A and B has some common place. So where is the common place? Here is the common place. And then uncommon is B has some data B doesn't have exist on the A, and then in the A some data is exist, it is not common in B. But both A and B tables, some data is common with the place. So suppose like it could be some one types of data, it could be some more one types mean one types of column data. Suppose there is, we can go through the example. If we have a customer, and then customer has the address, like suppose the city, and then we have another city is the table, and then city ID is there, and then city has name. So we'll go through example, make you more clear. So in that sense, suppose A is the table, B is the table, and then we do have some common data, and that common data is representing here. But if we do left join, that means common data will display plus whatever the left table it has, and then it will display as well. So in the in the graphical represent, if we do with some paint, suppose like I will give you the picture on it before that. uh, so here, just 1 second. Better. So suppose here we do have some data, and then here is another table, we do have another types of data. This is table A, this is table B. So suppose this is the ID, this is suppose like this ID here, this is another table ID, but somehow this is a primary key, this is a foreign key. So when it is foreign key, somehow this data is presenting here. So some common data is there, some relation is there. So we can retrieve the data. So in the example, if we said, suppose like this is the header columns, we would say here is the 1, 2, 3, or sorry, it is make you more complex, make it easy. I make it graphical picture easy way. Okay. Suppose we would say here there is ID, there is ID is customer ID, it could be, or it could be a city ID or something like that, and then this is customer name and name, and this is the city ID, and then city, maybe it has only one, so city name. So I'm sorry for that because I'm writing on my hand on the screen. So suppose this is 1, 2, 3, and this is New York, this is New Jersey, this is Philadelphia, and then customer ID is 1, 2, 3, and then here is 4, and here the city ID is 1, 1, and 2, and 2, and here is the customer name is like whatever, Russell, Saeed, and then Tanin, whatever, and then this is meme. Okay, so here is the relation is, suppose here you see one is common, here also it is relation with this, and this one is relation with this, but some data on the table A and table B, so this data is not common in table A, right? Because there is no city ID on the table A, even though the suppose like here is the 100% is common, maybe another one doesn't have it, it has the 5, but this is null, that means there is no value, it was missing, and then there is another one is something is side or some other people, whatever. So even though this one, this data is not common in table A, table B, so both place has some common data, both place has some uncommon data as well. So in the meantime, if we do on the left join, then some common data will here, it is representing common place. That means we are talking about this, and this data will show first the common, and then left table, which one is uncommon on the table B, it will also display. That means in the case that the 4 on the left, if we do left join, this 4 data will display, plus this uncommon table A will come because we are doing left join. The same way if we do right join, then what will happen? The right join will come, the common place will come, this 4 data will display, plus this data will display too on the left side. So why? Because the right table is going to be prioritized because we are doing right join. But here on the left side will not display. That means this row, type row record will not come on the right join. But the left join, 5 row will not come. Sorry, 5 row will come, but this B table, this uncommon one will not come. So this is the represent of this graph is how you can find out which data will display, which is not. Suppose here common data will display which one is both has a relation, and then which one is not related. If suppose like we have on table A has 10 record and table B has 7 record, just assume from this table. So I wanted to tell you, just 1 second, sorry why I'm doing this screenshot, actually I don't need it, screenshot this. Okay, let's assume another graph. Before running the queries, I just walk through, don't get annoyed, just get the picture what we are talking about. Definitely we'll run the queries, don't worry about that, but first of all just go through. Suppose we have 10 record A, and then we have another table B has 7 record, but both has common is 5 record. Okay, there's a common is 5 records. So here is uncommon is 5 on this table, and then here is 2, right? So in that case, if we do left join, then first common join, a common 5 record will display common one, then uncommon data from the left table, it will come 5 again. So total 10 record will displayed, but 5 will first come, and then rest of this will display here as well. How will display? Will show. So, and in the meantime, if we do right join, then 5 common one will come again, and 2 also come, because the uncommon here you see, sorry, here on the school. So uncommon or common and uncommon on the right side. So in that graph, so 5 and 7 will come. So in that relation, what we assume, the number of record, if we do left join, it is depends on how many record you have on the left table. Suppose if you have on the left table, if you have 100 records, but 100 records will display, but the relation is how you can, what is the difference then? You can ask me, oh, okay, so what is the difference between select star from table A? It will come 100 record, but if we do a join, left join, it will come 100 record as well. So what is the difference? Difference is how many record is common from both table, and then rest of this will come, but other record will come as a null. Which one is not related it here? I will show you more in graph, but for verbally, just assume how it is work. Same thing in the inner table, inner join. Do you see here on an inner join here? So inner join only the common. So in that graph, if we run this example, if we run the inner join, then 5 record only will show, because both table has only 5 records. And then in the meantime, if we do full join, so full join will come common and uncommon both. So what does mean? What meaning is here, how many record then will come on the full join? Full join will come, first is full join will come 5 record, definitely it will come for every join. Which one is common? It is common for every join. Common place will come first. So, but uncommon is on the left table 5 record, on the right table 2 record. So altogether is 7 record. So altogether it will come 7. That means full join will display 12 records. How it is work? Let's get started. So I believe I already make this tutorial. So before that, we'll let you know. I'm not sure you are aware of the toad or not, but let's focus on right now joining. If you are not aware of how to use the toad with the MySQL, definitely I will let you know. So here, suppose we have customer table. So we have a database. We have multiple database here. Suppose we are choose here like QA DB database. So we gonna work on it QA database, and then under the QA database we have couple of tables. So suppose we have a city table. I'm not sure are you can able to see properly or not. So here is the city table, customer table, customers table, employees test table, order tables, persons, players, and scoreboard. Those tables we have. So let's see what is inside the data we have. Suppose select, if we do select star from city, right? So this city you can do. If you enter select star, okay, run it. Here the execution. So when we click, and then here is the data. So what is the data? City ID 1 is New York, city ID 2 is New Jersey, city ID 3 is Philadelphia. Okay, let's start with the another one. Select star from customers. So customers table, if we do then run it. So here, suppose see customer ID 1, 2, 3, 4, and then city ID 1, 1, 1, whatever we have. So if we run both, we do have, definitely we do have both on our record. So and then we can isolate it, which one is where. So we already knows the data. So let me check with this data. You already knows, right? 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, very simple, small data. Don't get confused, but make it clear with you guys. Even here, do you see there is no data for 3? There is no relation with the 3. correct? So if we do left join, how it's gonna work? Suppose, do you know the syntax? First, you need to find out the syntax. So select how many columns. Suppose we're gonna select for all. Let's see. We don't have any selection as of now. We are selecting both table, every column. That's why we are starting from star, right? Star means all. So from customer. So from customer means definitely customer table. And then if we do inner join need to write, and then after that we need to put like inner join with home, inner join on, inner join, sorry, better to write down here, then we do have both table, then on. So inner join on is the relation. So relation means which one that has common. So which is the common for both table? The relation is the city ID, right? Customer ID has customer ID, city ID, and city name. And city table has city ID and city name. But customer table doesn't have city name. Customer table only has city ID. So both table has common on city ID. So which one is common? That is the our relation. So under after on, we need to write down the condition based on the relation. So customer definitely. So we need to put customer, and then customer, actually spelling mistake. Sorry. Here we need to make sure you are writing spelling correct, and then when you enter dot customer dot, and then based on the table, then column name. So this table and column name, what is the column name? Column name is city ID equal to, then what it does is going to be city city dot city ID, maybe this one, right? City ID. So just make sure, don't get confused why I'm writing this. Relation, right? Relation, we need to mention it, which column and which column has equal. So we know we have a relation with customer ID. So customer has customer ID. So that's why we need to enter first the table name, then dot the column name, which has the relation. So which column we have a relation with the customer ID. So customer dot customer ID, that means customer table customer ID. Why we need to put the customer? Because then they will know which table and which column you're talking about. So that's why first table name and then column name equal to city name, another table dot which has the common. So in here city ID is the common. So in that case, when we run, suppose something is going customer, actually I have a mistake is here, sorry, you see. So this toad is also not only toad, if you're running on command prompt, it will get the error message if you have syntax error or anything is misspelling. So do you see our table name was wrong, and then that's why you get the error message as well. So customer, why it is showing customer is not showing at all? Let me with that. Customer on customer table. Here is customer. Why it is showing this? Let me check with that. There is a spelling mistake. Definitely not city ID. Okay, that should be city ID. Why it is not showing that time? I'm not. Unknown column customer dot customer ID. It should not be some syntax error. Just 1 second. Why? Let me check it. Definitely city name inner join. City name on. Okay. Sometimes because it's third-party software, sometimes make us issue database error. It's really MySQL database unknown customer CDID on clause. Okay, just 1 second. Something is going with the code. Why it is not selecting customer? Inner city on customer.city.customer. That is syntax is 100% is correct, but we have customers as well. We don't have customer. Let me see what do we have customers. Why it is two tables, customer and customers. So customers has more information. It is different table. We don't have relation with that. Okay, that is fine. So if we have inner join, inner, oh, that's why. Okay, that is the syntax error. I am sorry about that. Yes. Okay. Very small. How can I make it bigger? I'm not sure you can see properly or not. I wanted to make it bigger. Okay. So sorry about that. There was inner text was misspelling. There was another n, so that's why. Anyhow, this is the suppose like how many records we have. We already knows there's a 3 record, right? So 3 record. Why it is 3 record? 3 record is, let's recap with the table here. From the left side we have 1, 2, 3, and then 3 city name, and then from the customer has how many customers we have? We have 4 customers. But here do you see the 1 again and 2? That means 3 record is common with table A. So that's why we are getting the 3 record here. So it is inner join. That means inner join is give you the picture which has both table has common. So based on this table. So if we do on the left join the same syntax, let's get started. So if we do left join, left join, and then do the same, if we run, and then you see here, so let's get like first 3 we already got it from inner join, plus left table this 2 record. Suppose customer ID has 4, and then city ID is become null, and then customer name from customer table, and then city ID from city table, city name from city table. So these 2 record, just remember these two record come as a null because it doesn't have any relation. But the same thing from left table it is showing. I'm not sure, are you guys clear or not? If you are seeing on here, suppose same thing, I wanted to check with you, you are clear or not. Don't save it. So from here, this is the picture. This is the picture. So how much data we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 1, 2, null, and then Rahat, Mim, Said, and Russell. So this 3 column is coming from the left side, but first 3 is common. First 3 is common. So why it is showing the 4th record? Because we have 4 record we have on the left table. So that's why we have some record here, the common record from table B. It is coming from B. It is coming from A. But this record has something. It is something. It has something. But why it is showing null and null? Why it is showing as a null? Because we don't have any relation here. Both have no relation. There is no relation. That's why if we do left join, the all record will display plus on the right side, which one is common, it will display first, and then rest of the record on the right side will come as a null. That is the ultimate. How many records it has? If we have more, suppose we can enter it, insert, right? Insert into where? Customer, insert into customer, values, and then suppose first one is ID, and second one is suppose I don't want it to make it relation. Suppose I do have maybe there is no city over there. City ID is not common, but maybe 5, and then the name is, suppose the name is right, and then common is, suppose we do, let's see, enter it. So maybe okay, Arish is single. Sometimes it's single code and double code make it problem. Sometimes give the syntax error. So why it is showing so many things? Manual corresponding MySQL version right near the values. Values is not. I'm so sorry for silly mistake. Okay, that record is showing here. It got inserted. Let's recap. Select first. So do you see the city ID we put it, which one is not exist in the city table, right? This is unknown. So let's do it here. Run. And then do you see here the left table, this record already coming from same as it is from left table. But on the right table, this first 3 record is common, inner join, and then rest of this record it is showing, but on the right side from how many columns from the right table? There's the 2 columns. These 2 columns value will display as a null. So it depends on, suppose if we have 100 record and then first 3 record is common and rest of this 97 record is uncommon with the table. So what will display? It will display from the left table 100 record, but on the right side, these 2 columns, on the right table's 2 columns will display some values, and then rest of that will come as a null. That is the main for joining. When you do join, you can easily find out how many relation you have. So same as it is vice versa. So let's do it with right join. So how you do? Same thing, right, RIGST, right join. So can I know what is your expectation from your right table? Let's check with that. We have these 2, right? So it's going to be this is 3 record, but 3 is not there. Let's see how it is look like. So when we run, you see here the all 3 inner join record. First 3 is inner join record, right? First 3 will display because it is common for both places. First 3 record we already know, but that extra record, which one is 4th record on the city table, 3 and Philadelphia, it doesn't have any data or relation with the customer. So that's why customer has 3 columns, all become as a null because we are pointing to right join. So right join, all common and uncommon will show, and based on uncommon one, which one is going to be null? Based on the record, which is you doing right or left. So if you do right tables, and then right table record will display common and uncommon, and then uncommon was when it will display, and then the column which one is from other table, which one is not common, it will doesn't have any value because definitely it is not any relation, doesn't have any relation. So that's why it is showing as a null. So left and right, if you are understanding, and then easily you can understand full join as well. So what does mean full join? Full join will definitely, it is these two join together. So left and right together, it will display. So if we do um, whatever, if you do left join or right join or left or right, whatever you do, it is doesn't matter. So full join when we write, then let's do it to run it. So okay, it is give us some error, full outer, or sometimes it's, I know there is a sometimes syntax error, full join or maybe full join, full outer. Full outer join customers. Definitely it should show somehow. It's case sensitive sometimes. Um, sometimes it's make issues. Let me once again. Let me check with that. Why is not taking? So full join or full outer join is the same. Left join or left outer join, or right join or right right join or right outer join. It is also same. It is vice versa. It is, you know, that there is a Bengali name is Lao and Kodu. Both are same. That's why we can say this is like left join or left outer join. It is all it is same. Sometimes the syntax wise they need to do it. You can also check with that left join outer, left outer. Why it's full, it has some issues. Let me check with that. So even though the same record it will come, so same record you will it will display the same as it is. Yeah, see, there is no difference. So select the same thing. Left join, sometimes they'll ask for left join or left outer join. Actually it's alias. Alias means it's the same but different name. It has some alias, definitely it has. Let me come with that times why it is especially full outer is not showing at all. Customer full outer join or full join. um, so full join or full outer join, full outer join. This is not green, that means something is wrong. I know. So it is saying version. Is there any version outer join? Definitely it's not. Sometimes it's not taking the full join. Definitely it should not be. Customer, it has select. Okay, it is not showing at all, even though definitely full join, full join. Let me check with why it is not picking up here. I have some doubt with the code, why it is not taking. Somehow, let's do that with the, let me check with that from command prompt. So definitely guys, you're already aware of how we can SQL. I'll tell you how to check it. So okay, so we log in with MySQL. Okay, show databases. So it is showing databases. Use QA DBA. This is kinds of DOS prompt. You can also do the same. So show tables. It will show select star from customers. Actually, customers, not us, customers, because it has different syntax. Let me go. I'll do the same. It's the customer. I have a customer. Okay, same as it is. It has select maybe some issues. Select star customer, right? Your customer, and customer is full join. Let me do it. Full join city on customer dot city id. Sometimes it gets sensitive, so sometimes it's not. It depends on city id. It has the same syntax. If we do something missing, left join. Oh, customer. Why it is not showing me at all? Left join customer. Oh, that is silly. I am so stupid. Okay, that is showing. So I did not put the syntax correct. Let me do one thing. Full join. Unknown customer ID, the same it has. So same thing. Customer from. Why it is not showing? Select star from customer full join city on this blah blah blah. Because of actually it should not be like that. Just one second. I did just double check. Is there any toad issue or not? MySQL, you know, sometimes MySQL is the free software. Somehow that syntax is not taking. Definitely what we are expecting is here same. Let's recap it. What we have from the left join, that we need to make sure you are understanding with inner join or left join, whatever we have. So if we do same thing, let's recap it. So join is very important, because if you working on any office, definitely without join you cannot retrieve any types of any data, that for sure. So that is inner join, and I will make it a screenshot for that to make it proof to see you how it looks like. This is for inner join, and then we put it here, and then we run it here on the left join. Then I will give you the picture.
Russell,
Ji bhai.
if you try with the full outer join, that's might gonna be work. Did you try with the full outer join?
I did full. Sometimes it's syntax full outer. You see here is somehow why.
Yeah, so full gap space outer join. Can you run it and see it's gonna be work? No, full then is space. Yeah.
Yeah, I did already, but full is become is grayed out and not blue, because they're taking that. I think is this stored issue or not? I'm not sure. It should work, because full outer join or full join, basically outer is the keyword. It is optional. Outer means nothing. Don't get confused. Sometimes when you see, oh, there is lot of join, it's not like that. We do have cross join, we have inner, left, right, and full. That's all. Outer is making you optional keyword. Optional means you may have left join or left outer join. Both are same. Both will give you the same record. So right join or right outer join, that will give you the same record, same result. And then same thing for the full join and full outer join as well. So that's why I'm little here. I never seen it. Definitely sometimes other time also it's got work. Let's see. I may do some selection. It could avoid some.
So when I'm using the CMD, it's actually work. Like when I'm using the SQL client, they are working with the full outer join.
It's I told you already. So it is
I
depends on
think
the
it's a
how.
version. I think it's a version control problem. Like you're using MySQL and I'm using the SQL client. Maybe that's the one issue's gonna be.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying that the syntax is definitely correct. So it is depends on like which client you are using. Definitely it is freeware. It has some bug. Sometimes its syntax is correct, and then definitely when we restart, maybe it is gonna work. So but let's do it with uh, um, some
Like
selection
add some
from
syntax,
start.
some selection. Yeah, that might gonna be work too.
Yeah, so suppose you already know, so why I'm putting the just making the alias from the customer. So customer as C, C is representing customer table, and then CT as CI. So that CI will represent the CTI table. So based on from here, C dot CID, right? C dot CID, it will display, and then after that, definitely C dot let's see customer name or something. Customer name we want to take it, and then suppose we want to take it another one, CI dot city name, something like that, and then we can do that, CI dot city ID. Okay, let me check from here. We can make it little nicer. Most of the time if you write down like that, it will give you more easy to editing or something like that. It's better to, if you have multiple lines, don't get scared. Even though if you are running on DOS mode or command prompt or any third-party software like a Toad or SQL developer, always remember the end with semicolon. So that means your syntax is going to be ended. So if you are running multiple insertion or multiple things, you can do that. Then all need to be end with by semicolon. That you need to check it. Otherwise, it is fine. How many lines you are making, it doesn't matter. So anyhow, let's. It is showing. So anyhow, let's recap and then make it like how it's look like. I will show you with that syntax. Suppose let's start with. So this is the left join. So we have 5 record from the left table, and then the 3 is common, and then both these 4 and 5 customer ID doesn't have any city relation. So that's why those 2 are become as a null. So make it as a record for screenshot, and then right join how it look like. And then let's do that. So it is basically, it is result is the same. Result basically it is coming together. So if you do beside, so this is the left join, and then here is the right join, right? So here is the here is the left join. We can make it left. So if we do full join, how many record will come? First 3 record you see is a common, right? So first 1 to 3, 1 to 3, this will come, and then how many record will display on the full join? Actually it's going to be 6. Why? Because this 2 record from the left, and then this is the right join for 1 record. This all together 3 is uncommon for both table. 3 record is common and 3 record is uncommon for both table. So that will display you 6 record from both table. You got it? So I will ask you the question again for the what is called the Farjana or Farhana. Sorry. So I'm saying like Farhana, are you clear?
Yes.
So because this is a small picture, a couple of record is very easy. When you practice by yourself, I would say that is. I will go to another table as well, but definitely this is the picture. So think about like how the result will display. First, common inner, all tables inner will display which one has here the picture, and then based on that you see here why it is showing here. This is uncommon one. Suppose like if you are updating your query, suppose you want to check it, okay, how many record I have from my customer table, which one is not matching with PTID, and that in that case you need to filter on it. That you have record something, definitely you have record, but you need to filter on it. What filter you need to do? So definitely left join, if we do from here, if we make it copy here and then come back here, sorry, let's go by all the bottom and give you the picture. So let's filter on it. So definitely we are making filter with the where clause, right? We already knows. And then in that time, what we will do? So suppose which condition we need to make sure that should be null or is not null. Suppose from the left table here, let's get it started with. So suppose left table all record is here, right? And then we need to check it. Suppose when we make that condition, like how which condition we need to take. Suppose we what is the ultimate goal is find out, okay, give us the number of record, how many record we have, which one is not matching. So which one is not, that's why we can say which one is uncommon, which is not common, which one is uncommon on both tables from left side, from the left side table. So here we already know from the graph is 2 record, but we need to check it. Is there anything definitely it is showing or not? So, hello? Hello?
Sorry, Russell, but I was just unmuted.
Okay. So here, do you see? So why, how we get which one is uncommon? Suppose like this record you want. Suppose yeah, I wanted to get the record from the joining and then check it which how many record I have, which one is not common on the both table from left table. So considering on the left table, suppose from the left table I do have 2 records, which one is not matching with the right table. That is the syntax. That is the syntax is select star from customer left join from city on. This is the condition you put it, which one is give you the relation, and then that is the condition where city.ctid is null. Why? Because you need to, when you need to put the condition, that means you already knows the right table any column record should be null. Which one is, if it is a null, if it is not null, that means if we put not null, that means only we are talking about a common one, right? Or we can say not null. I am not null. Sometimes is null, is not null. Okay, do. Yes. So is null and is not null. So that means you already see the same way, the same result will come as an inner join, right? You remember, right? So this record, same thing, same syntax will, it will come the same result. So what we did, we need to check it. Okay, left join we do, then that's mean we actually we are getting the same result as the inner join. Why? Because we put the condition is not null. Is not null is which one is common. If we put is null, definitely which one is uncommon only. That is record is defined. That is the way you can find out from both table on the left side or right side. How many records it has, how many records it doesn't have. So let's get start with another one. I will give you recap with, suppose I do have, I think, player and score. I have some relation. Let's see. Let's do that. Select star from players. So easily you can do. And then how many records you have? So you already knows how many records we have. We can, even though I will recommend, I forgot to tell you one thing. It's very important. Suppose when you work on production something, or if you get a chance, if you are working on the set, it is fine. Sometimes some table has very big record. Don't use select star at the first time. I'm telling you, just put on your mind, don't use at all if you don't know how many record it has. Why? Because sometimes it will crash the whole things, because if you have a million data or more than 100,000 data, and then when you select everything, sometimes the table is very big and you never know. Because this is for testing purposes, is fine, we put a star because 3-4 columns. Sometimes all my real experience when I work on Wells Fargo, we had 256 column on one single table. So don't use select star. Use your particular column name. It is better if you know. If you don't know, even though if you don't know, just find out how many record you have first. Always start with count star. Always start with count. Count is the built-in function, and then find out how many records you have. If it is a practice purpose, or if you have a small amount, then it is fine. It will give you the result how many record you have. Then you can put based on that. Don't directly run it, because sometimes the whole operating system got frozen for that, because everything it is loading on your memory. Every single data you are loading on the table. On the table means on your memory, physical memory. Physical memory is like RAM. Everything is going to be mess. So don't use it. Just remember it for your future reference. If when you work, before running any queries, select, always use the column name, and also before run, find out how many record you have. If it is a small amount, couple of hundred thousand, couple of thousand is also fine. But if it is more than 10,000, definitely you need to think about. And then you can also, when you select, when you put the condition, and then it is better. Then you need to play with, because a lot of things you need to know. So anyhow, that is the one thing you can start with. So let's find out and then make it relation. Select star from players, right? We have a players. Then it is thing on the DOS mode, you cannot see those facilities. On the third party software or GUI version of Toad or SQL developer or Microsoft SQL management tools will give you this visuality. So this is like, this is the player name, match, run, sixes and fours. Okay, what is the another table for same thing for score? So what is the from score? Let's see, scoreboard. So let's start with, then run it. Then we have player name, run, ball, 6, 4. Sixes and fours. We have balls is uncommon, and we don't have any matches, right? You remember? So we don't have any matches. We move it. We had it. So let's put together, because sometimes we may need multiple times need to run for get the relationship. So you see here matches and runs. Match over the run is there. Run is there, but somehow there is two tables. As common is player name. So if we do for anything for inner join, right? So inner join means it is easy. We can select any columns or we can put select star as well. As of now, I'm not going through all tables. Make it easy, simple. So from scoreboard we can start with from scoreboard, and then inner join, then is from player, right? From player tables. So two tables is done, and then on where? On scoreboard. So you see here they're already suggesting. So how many? So we are picking second one. They're already suggesting which relation we do have the common. So player name is common there. So definitely we do have. We check it. Let's see how it is work. So we have both place name, because we put star, so that's why it is coming all. So for learning purpose it is easy to see first all, and then after that when you understand you can customize it. Otherwise if I customize the column name, then you might get confused, like okay, which column is from where. So first uh, 5 columns is from table score table, and then right one is from player tables, right? Right, last 5. So first 5 is from score player table, sorry, score table. Actually we did inner table. From left side is score, so score will come after that, it will come as a player. So in that case, if we do, so how many records we have? 3 records is common. If we do left join, what it will happen? Why it is showing now is another problem. Let me do it outer. So annoying. That is make it inner. That's I know. So make it easy. As P. So that it like that. Then we can easily understand what is going on. Left outer join. Definitely it will show. Okay. So here you see the 3 record will show, but all from right table, because this 5 record we have from score table, and then Russell and Arish doesn't have any matching record with the right table. So that's why all right table record, all columns is become as a null. That is the functionality. That is the functionality. Same thing it will happen for right join as well. Left right right outer join. If we do here, so make it screenshot to show you the difference. Beside this is left one, and then let's do right. Go here and then come with the difference. So here, do you see here is the 3 record on the from the right table? Player table has this 4 record we have. So Kumar, Anju, Raj, you see this is the right table. Raj is first, Kumar is second, Anju is there. So first coming from those table, but another one, so Russell and Arish is not represent here. Because why? Because Russell and Arish is not here because we are doing right table. Right table is player table. Player table doesn't have any record Russell and Arish. Russell and Arish is exist only on left table, which one is scoreboard. So scoreboard table has Russell and Arish, but player table doesn't have Russell and Arish. So when we do right outer join, that means right table, all data will display common and uncommon. So which one is common? Common is here. So Russell table. So here on the right side, right here, you see the Momo, and also part of where is part of which table? From score table, right? So here the Momo is also uncommon from this table. score table, and this is player table. So this player table has Raj, Kumar, Anju, and Momo, and scoreboard has Raj, Kumar, Anju, Russell, and Arish. So the common is Raj, Kumar, and Anju, but right table is what? Right table is here 4 records only on the players. Players has 4 record. So 4 record is common is 3, but Momo is showing here because we did right join, but they don't have any matching values on scoreboard because Momo player doesn't exist on scoreboard. So that's why all record is coming as a null. There is no relation. That means no relation. That is the representing. If we do full join, I think something is going on the full outer join, but we may try. Is going, yeah, something is still is some syntax error or something is different. Definitely it will work. So how many record will come? It will come the 6 record as well. Syntax error. We'll check it why it is. Definitely we'll check it why it is throwing unexpected error, but that is the condition we have. Even though if you using multiple tables, and the multiple tables is same, depends on how you're gonna check with that. So same thing, if you need to get on the right side how many uncommon record you have, then it is depends on is null or is not null. Filtering, where condition we put it as a filter, nothing else. So same thing if you do for full join and then find out both table unmatching. So what you will do, then you can do select the star or select some columns from table A and full outer join, and then full outer join, and then table B on table A, and you can put the condition. Then where condition you can put from A key and is null and B key is null. That's mean what is the condition you put? A dot key, right? What is the relation you have? Suppose which condition you put? Suppose here, if you need to uh, find out both table uncommon, sometimes it's very useful this syntax to find out the mismatching data from both table, and then you will get it from full join. So what you need to do, you can just put it where is s dot player, you can put it is null, and you can put it p dot player the same way, p dot player is null. So that way both table uncommon will display here. Suppose like you see the picture here, A and B. So this is a common one you don't want. So that's why this syntax will display. If you want it everything in common and uncommon, then you don't need to any filtering or any where condition, where clause, where condition, something like that. You get it? So this is I hope there is lot of data you can practice on it. I can give you this table structure, or you can practice on it. We can share with the syntax as well. But definitely before that, you need to insert the data based on the table. We will give you the picture. Suppose this is the syntax. You can create easily, or when you run the table, suppose table like select star from scoreboard or player or whatever. So you just play with that. You can create a very simple, like create table scoreboard and then put player name, barker, whatever, 20 or 30, you put a small amount for practice purpose. Or you can download from the internet, and there is a lot of free database is there, and then a lot of syntax is there you can go through. But practice wise, definitely as much as you practice, and then definitely here it's look like, oh, it's easy, but when you are try to write down complex queries, it will make you a little fuzzy if you are not practicing. So ultimate goal is you need to practice, and practice. There is only make you perfect, only way. There is no shortcut. Always try to practice on it. So that is the any other things like joining and rather than join. Do you what is called? Do you have? I am not sure. So I do have some database. I'm not sure. Like after database class, how much you practice on it? I'm not yeah, clear about that. Like definitely you need to practice on it. Otherwise, I'm not sure. You cannot even find out how you have a real issues or not. You cannot even go through. Sometimes I know it is easy, sometimes it's not. And definitely I'll check it because Sangam took the class. Definitely we did not take it. We can recap something. Definitely I'm not sure. Are you aware of? Did you practice all those condition? You know how it look like equal sign, greater than, less than, or greater or less than, and then not equal or like command. Suppose like you are looking for some employee's information. You forgot what is the exact his first name, but you are remember first one character or two character or three characters. Rest of this you are ignoring. So in that case, how you can find out the result? In that case, very handy is the like clause. So suppose you selecting all columns from the table where you put the condition that first name like on the single quote, how many characters you have. If it is a case sensitive, we don't know in the database how it look like. If it is a case sensitive, definitely it is case sensitive. It is if database is all are capital, then you need to put all capital. If database is keep the data all are smaller, then you can do. So even though you can forcefully use uppercase or lowercase, U case or L case, you can do that. There is a built-in functionality also. So that also you can do. So and that one is also sometimes you knows the last name, last character, couple of characters. Then first sentence is first, and then second one is what is called second one is on your characters. Here is one character, but you may put multiple characters. But if you want to exact matching, suppose my name is Russell, or suppose here is Eric. If you want to exact matching, and then definitely you can put equal sign. That time you don't need to use the like sign. Even though you can put the like sign same, but you don't need to. So then you just it will come something like that. So and then here is you already know there is the condition you can put is greater than, and then sometimes if you know middle of that string, suppose last name middle first couple of characters or last couple of characters you don't know, that time you can put it this condition as well. So this is very handy. Sometimes I gave uh, some like interview, not interview, like I'm saying some questions for practicing, or maybe I'm to check with you. Okay, how much you need to memorize. Sometimes when you start with and then you forgot a lot of syntax, but I'm saying here you don't need to memorize everything. It will automatically will come when you practice more and more and more. So and then or and or. So do you know the difference between and or? Anyone? When we use and when we use or? Anybody? Say something. So when we use and
And we use
when we
like
can use
when the
or.
both condition have to be like true, and or we use when either of any of the condition have to be true.
Correct. So suppose you are looking for some customer whose age is bigger than or greater than 18 but less than 65. So and then that time you can put and condition. But if you are looking for, okay, I want to know some condition, suppose I want some customer is less than 65, or which one is like other condition, other columns condition, suppose not on the age, suppose on the state wise, or state from this and that. So that way you can put, so either way any condition is matching, it will give you the result any side. So and both need to be satisfied, then you will get the result. If it is not satisfied, then you will not get any result. But or is any side, left side or right side, any side. If you put or, then any condition is satisfied, then you will get. If both condition is satisfied, is fine. If one side is condition satisfied, you also get the result. But and you will not get any result if both are not satisfied. That is the ultimate goal thing. So here you see first name Mike or first name Eric. That means Eric and Mike both will come. If in the database has Mike and Eric, both will come. If database has only Mike, then Mike also come. If database has only Eric, Eric will come. But if we put first name Mike and last name and Eric, then if we don't have the data in the database or the data table, then you will get 0 result, something like that. So that is very important, equals and greater than equal. Sometimes a lot of error is remaining equal and greater than. Suppose why equal and greater than? Suppose when we can vote, or suppose you want to go to the club, you need 21 or more. So if you put the condition greater than 21, that means when you are exact 21, you cannot go, because you put greater than 21. That means 22. You need to be 22. But if you are put greater than or equal 21, that means when you are reach 21 or 21, anybody age has 21, they are able to go to. So that is the difference. So always need to be very cautious, or when you need to use equal and greater together for the condition satisfied condition. So those are the things. We have a lot of it is, you already know the built-in functionality, like they have a summation, average, or some other functionality, built-in functionality you may can practice. And sometimes maximum salary or average salary if you want to find, or average number, then that is handy to use those built-in function. That is very handy sometimes. But group by clause, anybody knows why we are using, when we need to use group by? Any example?
I have a question. Can you explain having group by and the where clause? Because I need a little bit, you know.
So okay, having a group by, having, you're saying group by and having and where?
Yes.
Okay. So first of all, group by clause is it will gather all the rows together that contain data in the specific columns, will allow aggregate function. So group by always come with the aggregate function. So to perform one or more columns, this can be best explained for the example. So always remember, group by clause gather all rows or information is aggregate function. So what is the aggregate function? Aggregate function is like a count or count star, sum or average. Those are built-in functions. Those we implement. Suppose when it is a real picture, when we need it. Suppose if we do select star, it will not filtering at all. It will display as it is from the table. If we have a 10,000 data, it will come as a 10,000 data. So after that, when we need to filter, if we need to put some condition, okay, we don't need to get the all data. I need the put the condition. Which one? Suppose if we consider as a customer table, okay, which one customer name or age is greater than what the specific whatever 18, 25, 60 or 65 whatever. If you are getting student table, so you need to put some filter on it. Don't show me all students, just give me okay, send me the details, customer details, student details, which student date of birth date of birth is greater than 90. So who is older than 1990, they will not come, they will not show you. Or maybe you can or join date, or you can do by greater than join date in any date you can put, or you may put it by grade wise. Okay, show me the student name who has GPA 3.5 or greater than. So that means you are putting some condition, you are not getting all data. That time we are using where clause. Then the question is, okay, we can do where clause, we can filter it, and or between we can use inside the where clause. Then why we need group by? What does mean group by? Then group by will give you what result? So group by clause is give you the same. It has the name, a very good name. It will represent the group. That means it make you the result is grouping. So grouping means, suppose we can consider as a table from customer table. So from customer table, suppose we have customer different city, right? New York, every city we have a customer. But somehow they wanted to check, okay, how many customer we have statewide. Do you get that data from where clause? No, because you are making grouping your data. How you group? You need to grouping. Suppose from your data, suppose we do have 5 customer New York, 4 customer from New Jersey, from Philadelphia 10 customers. Then all name is there, but we need to get the number. How we can get the number? So definitely we have some mechanism over there. So how we can get it? Suppose you see here, there is another example. I'm coming with the customer. Here is the example. You see select maximum salary. Maximum is the aggregate function, and then comma is department. That means every department maximum salary you want to take it. So how many department you have on the department table? Maybe you may have 5 department, or maybe you may have 10 department. But if you put maximum salary, it will come one salary only, all the whole table who get the highest. But if you want to get all 5 departments group wise, okay, this group how much maximum? That group department 2, suppose like science group, science department has maximum salary, arts department has maximum salary, business department they have a maximum salary. So I want get all 3, not only the one maximum or the whole table. So that way the group clause will handy. It is not required to where clause. You can do without where clause, you can do group by. So how? Definitely you need to use some aggregate function. That is the main thing. Without aggregate you cannot do group by. Then it will work as a where clause, because when we do where clause, definitely we don't need, it is not required. But for group by, aggregate function is required. it's working with, it's allow, it will work with the group by. Otherwise, result will come, but a result is not coming as expected. So let's some practice on it. Suppose, let's see, we have it or not. Suppose we have customer. So let's see, we can do that. Select star from customers, and then we do have customer. Let's run it. Do you see PA, NJ, DE? Lot of customer we have as a state, right? So let's do one thing. So here we can do group by. So in that case, we do here select star, but definitely we already told you we are not using select star. Suppose we are doing summation, sum or count. We can count it. How many state? Because it is not a number, we can count state. Correct? Definitely, because we are counting state. Then what we need to do, then we can put as a state name. So state from customer, so group by, sorry, group by, then by, so that is group by this one. Definitely group by as a state, or group by as a state, or whatever. What you will get. You see here, I got from count star, I got the number. So as you can put it, total customers, right? Total customers, you can make it as a name, just alias, right? You already know as alias. So now it is came total customer. So here California has 1 record, DA has 2 record, and then how many? PA has 5 record. So 5 record means 5 customer we have from customer table. How we can analyze? We can take it from here. You see 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's all. And then California only 1. So that way you can easily find out. So with your aggregate function group by, suppose you need to take it state-wise. Suppose why? Because always think about where clause is you are filtering from your original table, but group by will give you temporary table. That is, the data is gathering from the original table, but the data you getting from some filtering with some grouping, or not grouping, I'm saying like with some sort of data, some kinds of data. You can put it, you can get maximum value, you can get minimum average salary from each department or statewide. So that way you can use group by. Hello?
Russell, but sorry to interrupt. We didn't see your screen. It's frozen.
Oh, it's frozen?
Yeah, you cannot see anything on your screen.
Oh, okay. Let me put it again. I think, I'm sorry, but thanks for a good call. Put it there. So still you can see it's not showing at all. 1 second. Asad bhai, Asadul. So I'm presenter. Why it is showing on Asad voice? You are a presenter. I'm also presenter. But seems like Asad bhai has a screen sharing. I can see. So go to meeting. Database stored. Now can you see?
Yes, Russell, you can see it.
Oh, okay, that's good. So somehow I'm not sure the entire screen was not showing. So here, so the group by is always remember it is coming with the aggregate function. Suppose in that case, if you want to get some data not directly from the table. So if you are some data, if you want to get from directly from the table, then you can put where clause. But if some data is from the table, but somehow it is not give you the exact result how you want. Suppose in that case, I want to get the customer total number of customer statewide. How many customer I have? So definitely count. We know count is the method. We can count it how many state. So if you are not using group by, then what will give us the answer or result? Count star will give you the record number of record. Right? Suppose if we have on that customer table. If we have suppose here we do have 12 records, right? So the count star or count state will give the result of 12, right? So but we don't want it. We don't want the total state how many record we have. We want statewide. Suppose how many state we have, not all state. If you put it customer as a count state, that means how many customer it will have. Or if you put count star with the customer ID, then it will give you the whole things, everything, and then that way you can find out, oh okay, how many record we have. But that group by always come with the aggregate function, count, sum, max, min, or average. It depends on how you find out, and definitely which one you put it, and then you put another columns and then make you sense. Otherwise, if you don't use it, suppose if I use it only like that, only the count star, and then when I get the result, I will get that result. But is that represent you anything? Do you get anything? Oh, okay, total customer 1 2 3 4 5 for what? It is random number, because you just filtering with the state, then count star, but you did not put it state name. So then how they will find out? So that's why it is important which column you will pick. Otherwise, the result it will show you as a garbage. So that time when now it is representing something. It's like, okay, when I select state, because I use it state as a count star, so that's why I need to use it state as well. So that way we can find out how many customer we have state-wise. But what is the having clause? Having clause is coming with your temporary table data with another filtering, because where clause we are filtering from base table, but having clause will filtering with you from your external table. Like I'm saying temporary table, because this table is nowhere is exists. Right? How many records we have? 6 records. Or where is the data? Data is inside the customer table, but do we have this format? No, we don't have it. We make it group wise as a temporary table. So when we need some data from filtering from temporary table, and then that time we need to use having clause. So how is having clause is happens? Suppose I want it something some data which one is more than one customer we have, any state we need to check it. Okay, give me the all state name which one has more than one customer. In that sense, maybe they could have thousand, so big depends on. So in that case, if you want to filtering from your temporary table, and then definitely it is your second layer of table, right? From your base table, then you have another table for temporary data, and then based on this data you want to filtering. That time we need to use having clause. So having, what is the data we already get from count star, right? Having is greater than 1. So if we run that, so maybe I think we can put it another table, make you when I give you the things having clause. So having clause is like that. Okay. So same way, let's do that here. Remove it. So let's run it. Do you see now it is showing how many state we have, and then what is the number? There is one is got removed because we have another filtering. So in that case, it will show you the same thing. It is saying the same thing. Suppose you see quantity, maximum price, and then group by quantity. Maybe you have quantity 1, 2, 3, lot of quantity you have. So that way they can make it. So same thing. Suppose you want to look some item maximum price and minimum price, both each item, and then when you are getting the result from your order table, and then you do by group by. When you do group by, then each item will display maximum price and minimum price. Otherwise, if you see from select star item orders, the item and then or price or something, if you run this, and then what will happen? It will give you overall all items. Suppose if you have 10 items, and then what is the maximum price for 10 items? Suppose item 9 is maximum price, and item 2 is minimum price. It will give you that price, not for individual. That way, if you are coming here with group by, then individual each and every item will give you the minimum and maximum price from order table. Something like that. Same thing, customer ID. Count customer ID and sum the price. Okay, how many? Okay, we want to get it per customer. How many they buy? How much they buy per customer? Because you are group by you doing, because one customer may have multiple items, and then you want to put as a summation from the order table. So that way you can find out. So you need to practice on it. So having clause allow you to specify condition for the rows to each group. In other words, which rows should be selected will be based on the condition you specify. Having clause should follow the group by clause if you are going to use it. So having you cannot use without group by, because you already knows, because having clause is second layer of your filtering. First layer where clause, and then you get that table with group by, and then based on the group by, if you need another filtering, then you need to get the having clause. So you need to practice on it. Otherwise, you see here, right? So suppose this one, but let's say you want to only calculate and display the average if their salary is over 20,000. So you want to see some record from our department salary. Each and every department you wanted to get that department name which average salary is more than 20. Maybe it may have some department average salary is less than 20. So that time you have another filtering to get that. Any question? And order by is nothing. It is doing only the decoration for how you display ascending order or descending order. That is order by is always you need to specify at the last. Suppose on here, if we check it, the result, suppose let's see, do the another one same way. Depends on like order by, and then if you want to use it, that's mean order by state, right? State name as a ascending. And then if you run it, now see ascending order. So DE, DNP. If you want it as a descending order, then you can put it. So result is not going anywhere. Result will remain the same. Record will remain the same, but the order, if you want, and then you will get it, that result is how you want to display, ascending or descending, anything. So that is order by is doing nothing. It is manipulating the order, how you get it. So that is the things. So DESC and ASC, that will give you ascending and descending order. If you don't put anything, suppose if you are not stating anything, if you're putting there, by default it will come as a ascending order. Let's check it, run it, and then you see ascending order is there. So even though if you are not mentioning, ascending order will display you. So you may have multiple ways. Suppose order by salary, age as a DSC. Then they have, you can order by multiple based on your result. If you have a complex table, then you may have. This is handy. So those the things. And what else? What else on the table? What else we can talk? Do you know the in function? Suppose you have, suppose you see here the in is very handy when you have couple of condition you need to make. Suppose where last name is Hernandez, last name is Jones, last name is Robert, last name is Ruiz. So you need to put a lot of or, right? Suppose where last name Hernandez or last name Jones or last name Robert or, so all everything you need to or you need to put it. But if you want to put it in a single line, then you can use in. In means it's between. There's everything is matching with this, and then it will come. So based on that, sometimes if you have a variable with the number, and then you need to put by comma, separated by comma. If you have a string value, then definitely you need to put in the single quote. If you miss anything single quote anywhere, it will throw the error message, because it is very syntax syntax wise, it is give you the throw error, because always you need to be follow the syntax, otherwise it will not auto complete for you. Always remember, sometimes a lot of query when you write by yourself, and then you may forgot something like that, you are removing this, or maybe you forgot to put a single quote, or delete something. You may have some extra comma, or remove the comma, and then it will throw the error message, something like that. Always remember. And then something like that, you see here how many or we did. Exactly, it will give you the same result if you use it in, correct? And then not in means same opposite. It will give you the all result which doesn't match with this opposite result, not in. And is always between. If you using between, suppose we have a two condition, 18 to 30 to 40, 30 and 40. That means if anything 30, 31, 32, 33, 4, 5, 6, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, and up to 40. So it's between. Anything it will come, it will come. Same thing if you put and condition. Suppose is greater than 30, is less than 30. Same result will come with this between. So those I would say always try to practice on it, and then definitely it will give you the big picture to using how to use it, how to use the database. Database it has fun definitely. You need to put lot of practice on it, lot of practice. Otherwise, you will get confused. It is look like easy, but everywhere database is the key. Database, suppose you don't know, a lot of hiring also happening. They also mentioning strong database knowledge, because data is the sensitive there, and then lot of tables is there. Maybe they're migrating from here to there, and then maybe a lot of data warehousing they need to do that. So in the meantime, a lot of queries they need to run. So database, I would say, database syntax is not very big, but conceptually you need to be clear. And then another thing is substring. I am not sure. Are you aware of substring? If you need to match with something, suppose like you have a big name, or maybe the address is big, and then you need to match with something from full syntax to small syntax. Do you aware of that, or you already knows? Just let me know for quick. If you knows the substring, then fine. I don't need to walk through.
Can you show us a little bit, please?
Little bit means, do you know the substring? Why we need the
I know
substring
the
and when we use
subquery. I don't know actually the substring.
subquery? You know, subquery is a substring means this is a function, right? So
Okay,
sometimes
okay.
the substring function. So if you go through substring with in SQL, and then definitely you will see lot of example with that. But how it is working, sometimes it is not supporting. I will say if you can start with W3 schools, it's a good also. They have a lot of example. You can also try yourself. You can practice on it there, and then if you have a database, definitely you can use it. So I'm saying this is the syntax. This is the substring is the syntax, and based on this your column name, or here is they've already put it the string. Maybe the real-time scenarios is this will be your first column is going to be sorry, first parameter is going to be your column, and then second two is going to be from where to how many, from where, what is the position. So what is the position means this is the start and length. So start position and then length, how many character you need. So first one is string. String means your column name. So in the real time, how can we practice on it? Suppose let's start with syntax from which table I can pick. Suppose let's do that any table. Any table means let me customer table. Let me do that. Select. It is because why I'm focusing on this. Those things you need to when you go to the job. Those stuff you need to practice on it more and more. That's why I'm focusing on overall. You already know the basic already, but just focus on practice. Focus on practice. Otherwise, it will go away from your brain. More practice, and then you need to document it. Definitely, even though I have documents, you need to keep the document from different resource. I'm not saying like, okay, we will give you whatever we will give you. You need to practice by yourself as well, and then go to the different resource and then gather your knowledge. So okay, let's do that here from address. So suppose we wanted to check it service string. Suppose we don't know anything. Something is matching with that. So let's do that. Select star. We can put it, no problem. Where condition we can put it as a service string as well. Where we can use sub string this value, and then here we can use it as a ADDRESS address, and then this is the position. I wanted to put it from 3, and then maybe length is 5. Length is 5. So okay, or maybe on the top also I can check it. Just first we take it from position 1, and then maybe we can put 3. So come with after that. First, if you understand that, and then you can make it bottom one. So run that first one. So first 2 records doesn't have 3, so anyhow it has. So IND, QT, MP, MUMN, this doesn't make any sense. Why it is look like that? Because it is coming from the address. Let's do that address as well. In the meantime, it will have this side, then you will feel it what is grabbing from the address. So from the address, you see, first one has, suppose we have some null value, which is fine because it's ascending order. That's why it is showing null and empty. So first, this record has Ahmedabad is address. So service string is coming from position 1 and then 3 characters. So everything is 3 characters, right? So AHM, first 3 characters is showing because I'm position is 1. If you put it from second 2 position, and then when you select, and then you will see it is coming from HME because the A is the first position. We are not starting the first position. We start from second position, and then B is not here because H is there because the second position. All 1 position will got removed. Why we are using this? Because sometimes for validation purpose. So validation purpose, I'm saying, suppose we have some kinds of data on your data table. Maybe it could be some confirmation number. Suppose something is starting with WA and then 0025, and then another confirmation number is WA 0027. Another confirmation number is sometimes 1 month later, and then it is coming 29, something like that. So in that case, if you run the query or make the automation, how you can validate? Because this number is going to be changing, but these first 2 characters always will be static. In that case, you can do the run the queries. Okay, make the subquery substring with that confirmation number column, and then from position 1 to 2 characters, and we can put it as a substring from is going to be equal to WA. When we get WA, that means confirmation number we have. If we don't have anything, then we'll get null. Then this all value is going to be as a null. That means it will not match with WA. In that case, so that time is going to be handy. So why I'm putting this as a show you how substring is working. It needs 3 parameters. First parameter is which column you need to grab the value, and then second one is starting point, and then third one is your length, how many characters you want. So it's separated by comma. It is substring is a built-in function as a count or summation. It's aggregate function. Any question? Okay. So I think database is database part is we need to basic intermediate level also, almost like I will say keep practice on it. In the meantime, just anybody have any question beside that, because I wanted to show you one thing. The last class we did, I can show you how networking is work. So let me log in again with another name and then with another PC. Just give me 1 second. Okay, this one we need to refresh. It is not showing. Okay. Okay. From 51. That's right. So anyone, any question you can ask if you need to get clear. Do you hear my voice? It's frozen again. Oh my gosh. See the screen. I'm sorry for that. Why? That is like nah. So anyone, hello. I'm sorry, I didn't hear. Sorry, I'm not sure why it is frozen again and again. Do you hear? Do you see my screen? Hello. Just can you write down?
Yeah, I can see your screen.
You can see, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Then I'm fine. So, you saw it, like service string, how it is work, and then the order by other right? Oh, okay. And then we are fine. We are in a good. We are in good shape then. So, give me 1 minute. I wanted to show you how there is another thing is important. Like when we practice, sometimes we need to log in with a server, right? Last time when we have a class, that time I can even show you how can we log in with different machine. I'll show you here. Let me do it quick. Make me presenter. I can make the presenter here. So Russell, yes. Make the presenter. Oh, we can see here. Just 1 second. I need to check with my another PC. I need to log on, and then let me check with that. Edit my presenter. Okay, guys. This empty screen is better. Is coming because of this voice. Now, do you hear me? Okay, we'll do one thing. I can share with. So let's get started with this. So okay, last time what we did, we have some virtual machine, right? We try to log on with the virtual machine with the server or one machine to another machine. Suppose I can log in from here. I'll show you. From here I can turn on and then wait for another machine. It is virtual, so I install VirtualBox. Here I wanted to show you like how you can communicate from your server through your regular machine. Suppose here Windows 7 is your regular machine, and then you might need to connect from your regular machine or your desktop or your personal PC or laptop to connect through internet your server. Your server, it could be virtual. Your server, it could be a different place, right? So how you can connect? So definitely we need to check it how we can use it. So suppose if you are using Windows machine, and then this is the Windows 2 here. So let's get started with this, how we can work on. So basically you need to find out your IP address and your host IP address and also your server IP address. How you can find out? When you go to command prompt or CMD, it is from CMD, it is easy. How? Just click CMD, it will open, it will pop up, and then on Windows you can write down IP config. If Linux, if config you need. So you will go another lecture, I will do another practice on Linux, because Linux also important. You need to go familiar with their structure. We will have another class for that. So IP config. If you enter IP config, and then it will show you your host IP address. So here, this is the IP4 version 192.168.2.3. This is my IP address, and then this is my gateway. So gateway you don't need, actually you need only IP address. Let's put it here, and then let's find out what is my server IP address. So in that case, here is my server. So server has, this is virtual machine, so that's why it's look like that. So let's get connected first. What I put, I forgot. Is correct? Oh, I'm genius. I forgot what I put, but it is working. Anyhow, so here, this is our, you see, this is the server side. So let's find out what is the IP address as well. Definitely without connection, you are not connecting. But why I'm getting this? So when you connect, definitely they will provide you the connection string, or maybe host name or IP address, and then which port they use. Definitely they will give you. IP config. Why I put it you? So okay, you see here, that one is another IP address 192.168.2.2. 2.2 is my server IP address. So here, from here, if we go, and then suppose we have, let's see, do it as a searching notepad. Search for anything. Why is notepad should come on? It's not searching. It's not writing it. Oh my gosh, so slow. Somehow, 1 second. Notepad. Why it is coming twice? What I'm writing, it is so slow. That's why it's displaying like, okay, NOTEPAD. Is there anything? Okay, and then it is even not sure. Anyhow, somehow server is slow, so because of I'm running multiple machines. Forget it. So control panel or anything, Internet Explorer we can use for prove it. Oh, okay, we can use on that. 1 second, it's not responding somehow. Definitely, why I'm here, actually we want to achieve it. We want to show you how to connect, but before that I need to check it, or what is the displaying. So suppose it could be open on browser. Okay, then this is Windows Server 2000. So you see notepad now is coming. This server 2012. Okay, that's good enough. So this is another machine, your machine. Suppose your regular machine. Okay, from your regular machine you go through start button from Windows 10 or Windows 7, whatever. Windows 10 has defined, Windows 7 is defined. So Windows 7 is here. You can write remote, REMOTE, or when you start writing remote, it will come as a remote desktop connection. If you randomly use, you can right click and then put as a pin to taskbar or pin to start menu. You can add those. If you put as a taskbar, then it will come here. Suppose when you click here and then you see this icon got added on your taskbar. If you randomly use it, you don't need to write every time. Or other way, you can also put as a start menu. Start menu means when you click here you see the here it will display. Suppose REMO, so it already came, and then you already did both places. You can do. You click here, start menu, go to start. Again, you see already is there. Before it was not. You already knows. So we need to use for connection, for remote desktop connection, for even though if you have a laptop, you bring the laptop at home and then you need to connect on your office QA environment, and then that time QA server you need to access, and then that time you need to use your remote desktop connection. Even though if you work from home, you need to use it. So it is important in your daily basis or every week you might use it to remote desktop connection. So when you click remote desktop connection, what else you need? That is the computer name. So computer name or IP address you need, URL or host name you need. So definitely on the network, every host name or server name should be unique, or DNS name should be unique. In that case, if you don't have it, so let's start. We already knows like our server has this IP address 2.2. Then let's get connect. How it will connect. And when we do connect, and then the remote configuring remote session, and then after that I will show you. So his connection is, our network is here is very slow. Sorry for that. Just wait for. Now you see here is waiting for the authentication. Definitely, when you have connection, then they will add you as a user. Unauthorized use cannot be accessible, right? So definitely, when you need to server access, the server administrator, he will add your username on their group, and then based on that group, you will use your username and password to get the connection. Definitely, that is all together. You need a connection string. What connection string? Username and password, and also you need a connection host name or server IP address. And then if you have it, and then you get it yes, and then you will get the connection on your machine, from your local machine to server machine. How it will look like? Just wait for that. It will come into the window, separate window. Now just watch on your server side. You already see this become black. Server is become black because it is the same user we try to connect, and then you see here now parallelly you are looking at it, right? How it is look like. This is the server on the right side. This is the server. So server is get log out because you already log in. So this is your desktop screen. How you know? So you see, if I make it smaller, or on the corner, if I make it not close it, suppose if you make it smaller, you see here, even though from your Windows 7, from Windows 7, this is the all together. I'm sorry, so make it smaller again. This is your all about the Windows 10, or sorry, Windows 2012 server screen. And then if you go scroll it, and then all the, you see here, all the taskbar will display here. And then we had, this is the text we already had here, and then you will see. So even though this is the text we wrote before to make for proof, or we are in the same place, and when we click, and then we have it. This is server. So all the window, if you can even move the window, or if you need to work as a full screen, then you can do full screen here. and then you can work with that. So if you go here, then you see how it look like. Here is Windows 7 on the host machine. I use another machine for virtual machine, and from the virtual machine, another virtual machine, the server, I got connected. You see here. So how it look like. So even though from this machine, if you want to log off, you can, when you finish work, then you can easily get log off. Then how you do that? Just customize it, and then go to the bottom, and then you will go to here, and then after that go all the way top. You already knows there is the button is there, you know, and then here when you click, and then here you see the disconnect. So you can do disconnect as well, because I'm admin, so that's why I'm it is showing this restart or disconnect. So when you click disconnect, and then your remote desktop will go on. Then immediately you can go to your server, and then you can log in as a admin or any other user. You can have access. Definitely we can do vice versa. Suppose from Windows server, from your server, if you want to connect your desktop, suppose maybe your admin person, he need to install something on your PC. He need to access your PC. That time they also do the same. Remote server, they will click, and then you see here this is the IP address 192.168.2.3, and then 2.3 we can click here, and then when we click here, it is going through, it is getting connect, and then after connect, suppose I have a Russell, and then the same user, because same user, it will go disconnected from my host. Let's see how it look like. Just watch both parallelly how it look like. So I'm getting connect. So secure remote connection established. Try to establishing, and so configuring. It depends on your machine to machine network connection. So you saw it here. Automatically you will got log off from your Windows 7 machine, because someone try to access your machine. In the same user, you cannot use multiple people, right? So now I am on from my server side. You saw it here. Like if you go down, and then definitely you will see the all the way everything is showing on Windows 7. This is the Windows 7 screen. So you see on the top, it is showing the host name or remote IP address. So that way you can easily find out, even though you can make it bigger screen as well on your Windows 10 server. So you can expand it, or you can do anything. So after that, whatever he need to install or whatever he need to check, he can do that. So just 1 second. Let me get refresh. So a lot of memory is using it somehow, because I'm using one machine. So that's why it's getting connection getting slow. So that's the way. So ultimate goal is I wanted to give you the picture like how you can connect with the remote desktop connection. So from your remote desktop connection, you saw it here. We have all Windows 7 taskbar we did last time, and then when we click here, and then last time we saw it from Windows server side, but here Windows 10, did you see here? I cannot even shut down because I don't have permission, because this is your machine. It is up. So I'm remotely logging, even though I'm not authorized, because who is I'm authorized for my I'm authorized for Windows 2012. I'm the admin person, but this is your local machine. This local machine, this is your own owner. So that's why even though if I access it, even I cannot shut down. I can disconnect or I can lock my user. So that way, it is shutdown is not available. But when you log in on your machine, definitely it does. So it is depends on how you connect. So when you disconnect, and then it will go away, and then from your machine here you log in again, they'll notify you software that time we request. So you see here when we come, and then it is showing all log, switch user, and then other stuff as well. But it was not available when you log in from other machine. So now I am Russell, but that guy from Windows 2012, he was not able to. So a lot of things. So that is the connection. So ultimate goal is I wanted to give you the hands-on experience, like if you need to connect, how you can connect, and then definitely when you work, and then you need to log off. Don't close it because they have it is coming in the window, and then window has the cross button. But what will happen is other people, if they need to access those machines, they cannot able to log in because you already log in there, you already using there. Maybe some admin person, they can kick you out or reboot it, but if it is not, then they will tell you or knock you, oh hey, you already use this virtual machine or a remote machine, you already log in, you forgot to log off, so we cannot even log in. So best practices is when you use those types of virtual machine or remote machine or remotely, then make sure you got disconnected from the start menu, or you sign out from your log off option if it has available. Don't close the window from remote desktop. That's all I wanted to show you. Now is 11:20 or 11:30. Class is getting more bigger, but ultimately we'll give you more practical things like Linux or DOS commands. Also, I think we need to walk through. We have installed. We can one day, and maybe next week, next Thursday, we can show you how it is. You need to navigate, and then file permission system. You need to know about that. So anyhow, that's all for today. Just before sign off, I just give you heads up again. Do you need anything or any question about today's stuff, like database or this connectivity, anything, or you are clear? Okay. So seems like everybody's in fine shape. Hopefully we'll see you on Sunday and keep practice on it. Okay. See you later. Bye for now. Okay.